All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're jumping right into Kling 3.0. This is the AI video model that honestly is so much more than just an update. It's a total reimagination of what generative AI can even do. We're going to break down the wild technology making it all possible and what it means for, well, everyone who creates things. So let's just start with this quote because it really hits the nail on the head. It perfectly sums up the vibe around Kling 3.0. This isn't just a small step up. We're talking about a fundamental shift. We are leaving behind the world of those short, kind of quirky AI clips and entering a new era, one that has the potential to be genuinely cinematic. And here's the big idea, the main takeaway. We've gone from a tool that just spits out video to a system that thinks and acts more like an AI director. And that's not just a change in the tech, right? It's a whole new philosophy for how we're going to create things. To really get how huge this leap is, we got to rewind the clock a bit. Let's go back to 2024, to the original Kling 1.0. This was the era of the AI clip. It was a time of, incredible potential, but also, let's be real, a lot of frustration. I mean, that first version, it was a marvel, no doubt. It showed us all that high-quality AI video was actually possible. But, and it's a big but, it was a tool for making these short, isolated, and often totally unpredictable little moments. Was it impressive? Absolutely. But a storyteller? Not even close. And these limitations, they pretty much define that whole first wave of AI video tools. You were stuck with these super short clips, and you had to deal with that weird AI drift, where a character's face would just subtly morph into something else. And good luck getting any real control over the camera or the story. For creators, it was just a constant battle. So the key difference is this. We've gone from generating these disconnected, random visuals to actually orchestrating a full, coherent scene. It's the difference between wrestling with a prompt to get one single good clip and just giving the AI your vision and having it build that scene with you. So the big question is, how did they pull this off? How was this massive leap even technically possible? Well, it wasn't about just throwing more data at the problem. Nope. This was a complete rebuild of the architecture from the ground up. The secret sauce is this new MVL, or Multimodal Visual Language Framework. See, Kling 3.0 wasn't just a patch on the old system. It was built on this entirely new foundation. Think of it like a new brain that doesn't need to translate between languages. It just natively speaks video, audio, text, and images all at once. And that changes everything. And this table just lays it all out perfectly. You can see a massive shift in literally every single piece of the puzzle. The core architecture goes from a diffusion transformer, which was powerful, sure, but limited, to this all-in-one MVL framework. Audio goes from being silent or an afterthought to a native feature. And the control? We've evolved from typing in simple, often frustrating prompts to using intelligent, intuitive storyboarding. It's night and day. Now, underneath all that is this fascinating idea called the visual thought chain, and this is a total game changer. Instead of just generating a video pixel by pixel, the AI now, it thinks like a cinematographer. It actually plans out the composition, the camera angles, the lighting, before it even starts making the scene. That's the secret to getting that really intentional cinematic look. Okay, so we've geeked out on the deep architectural changes, but what does this actually mean for you, for the people making stuff? How do all these tech upgrades translate into new features you can actually get your hands on? The new multi-shot storyboard feature is a perfect example of this. You can now write a single prompt that describes a whole sequence of shots. Something like, a woman in a forest, then cut to a close-up of her face as she hears a sound. The AI gets the narrative logic and creates a complete, edited scene with cuts and everything, not just one long, weird clip. And the native clip length is now up to 15 seconds. Now, I know that might not sound like a huge number, but in storytelling terms, that is an eternity. It's long enough for a complete emotional beat, or a real character interaction, or even a little plot twist, all within one generation. This new toolkit just crushes so many of the biggest frustrations from that first generation. You've got element binding, which finally solves that character consistency problem. Native audio means no more silent movies. Now you get synced sound and even actual lip syncing. And little things like text preservation. That's huge for any kind of commercial work where you need a logo or a sign to actually be readable. But then there's the Omni version, which takes it to a whole other level. It's truly wild. You can feed it a reference video of someone, and it'll extract not just what that person looks like, but also what they sound like. And then it can replicate both across brand new scenes. That shows a deep understanding of a person that goes way beyond just pixels. So, with all these insane advancements, what does this actually mean for the future of making movies and just being creative in general? Where are we even going from here? And this right here might be the most important part of this whole explainer. The tech is shifting so fast from being this cool novelty into a genuinely powerful and accessible tool. The focus is no longer on gawking at the AI itself, but on what you, what anyone can create with it. And the next big step? Well, the buzzword is agentic AI. Just imagine this. Instead of just prompting for a scene, you're directing it in real time. Imagine telling an AI character, hey, look a little more worried, or pick up that glass on the table, and the system just does it, instantly, without having to re-render the entire shot. That's the future we're heading toward. So ultimately, this incredible technological leap leaves us with this really powerful, kind of provocative question. When the tools to create cinema-quality stories are in the hands of basically everyone, what happens to the art of filmmaking? It really suggests a future where the only thing holding you back isn't your budget or your gear, but just the power of your own vision.